Hi all, my name is Gabby. I was in Recreation 600 with Dr. Barrett and some of you in the fall. This is going to be my introductory video for Recreation 603, Facilities Planning and Management. I am from Frederick, Maryland, about 90 miles east here of Frostburg. I came to FSU in the fall of 2011, graduated in fall 2015, and came back in August of 2022. Currently, I'm a full-time graduate student here on campus. I also served as a GA with men and women's cross country in the fall, and this semester in the spring I'm going to be continuing that role as a GA with men and women's track and field. As a student athlete, once upon a time, I participated in both track and field and cross country. So when I looked at the last part of this assignment asking us to describe our least favorite facility, I had to think about it for a minute and go back quite a ways, racking my brain to everywhere that I've ever gone, and there were a couple places that came to mind for me. So to anyone that's unfamiliar with how indoor track operates, primarily these sites are not standalone facilities. They're used for some other purpose most of the time, whether it be another athletic venue like a gym or some kind of meeting space or something like that. So for me, the one that I would call my least favorite was the 5th Regiment Armory in Baltimore. So it's periodically used as an indoor track facility at the high school level, but it also serves as a National Guard armory. And I remember the first time I ever saw it, it kind of looked like a dungeon or something like that to me. I competed there as an athlete once, and then I went back several years later as a coach to find that it hadn't changed at all. And I would consider it my least favorite facility because the floor is similar to that of our main arena here at FSU. It's just kind of a typical gym floor, not the wood gym floor, but the slippery kind that you really can't wear anything other than maybe sneakers on. And in addition to that, the facility itself is kind of set up with lanes for sprints events running right down the middle of the venue, which kind of interferes with the areas that are used for throwing indoors. So things kind of have to stop and start and move around and as those events are taking place. So you can't really just kind of start and go. But outside of that, it also is one of those facilities that lacks seating, so it doesn't have any bleachers or stands or anything like that built in. You're sitting on the floor, you're standing, you're bringing pop-up chairs, things of that sort. So that's the way that the space itself is kind of set up. And in addition, there are no concession areas, so as a student athlete, you're kind of forced to either bring your own snacks or bring money for vending machines, and that's really your only choice. And then the building itself is kind of housed in a very, very congested and traffic-heavy area in Baltimore. You basically get out of whatever vehicle you came in, and then you meet up with it somewhere later. It's kind of a drop and go point at the beginning, just because of there's a constant flow of traffic still moving, and you can't really stop and take a minute or anything like that. So in order to actually get inside the facility, it requires a really big line, which is something that most people don't enjoy. I'm kind of okay, let's get this going and not wait type person. So adults have to actually be checked in, show photo ID and everything like that, and then you can finally go in. And then outside of that, there's other security protocols in place because it does double as a National Guard armory. So there's restricted areas, there's certain rules about not being able to line up against the wall. You have to be up off of the wall in the space. And you're also at the same time watching out for everything else that's happening around you. So to this day, I have never been at another facility that's comparable, and for that I'm very, very grateful.